All right.
This is the second episode of a podcast on Elm Street. I'm gonna get sued for that name. And this episode we're sponsored by 2-year-old Dr. Pepper.
Yes, Dusty Dr. Pepper.
Made by a 2-year-old. Look at that.
Wow.
Nice and frothy. Just how mother made it.
I don't think it ever goes off. There's no date on it.
That's the residual sound of corpses burning in Pompeii. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Have you been to Pompeii?
I've never been out of Australia. I've never been to Europe.
Okay.
Yeah.
He makes a joke because he's actually American, if you can hear his obnoxious accent.
It's so obnoxious. USA! USA!
Now, people still get confused between the Canadian and American accent.
I can see that.
I can see how it happens, but I don't understand how it happens when you have a good think about it.
Well, no, but I mean, if you're not from any of those places,
Sure.
Totally.
Sure.
It took me a year and a half of living here until I could distinguish Kiwi and Australian.
Really?
Yeah.
So it is a thing.
It is a thing, yeah.
Okay, I just thought Canadians, it's easy because they're so, like, polite.
Oh, they're so fucking nice.
They're too polite. It's disgusting.
It kind of is. Yeah, fuck Canadians. And by that I mean I love them.
By the way, shout out to France. Great city.
France
Sorry,
is a
Paris.
city?
Paris? Paris is a great city.
It is.
So, I feel like there was something else I should say about France, but all I can think right now is it is such a great city. There is nothing wrong. I would not change a thing about that.
I've never been. So
Never been.
I don't know.
Because you've never been out of
Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the decal here, it's small retarded people.
Mm-hmm.
They Al actually runs a mental health institute during the daytime. So, well done, Al.
Thank you.
You're doing a really great thing for retards. And this is the tablets they make the people take. They dissolve really quickly in the rectum. So that is wonderful. Al, tell me, what do you have a favorite horror movie? Like, talk to me.
Yeah, I feel weird. Yes.
It is weird.
It's very strange.
Yeah. Because it's a strange angle.
It is. I don't know if I'm where I'm supposed to. Do I need to lean in? Or what? Should we start again?
I feel like at this angle, everyone watching is going to know I'm definitely Jewish. Because there's been some back and forth about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you have a favorite horror movie?
I guess, I don't want to sound like a lay person, but I am. And if we're going for all-time favorite, I'd have to go Exorcist.
Oh. Yeah, that's an incredible film.
Yeah.
That's an incredible film. That is not silly. I went to the last screening of it in Australia.
Yeah.
Not ever, but the last one that came here, and Linda Blair came out.
Are you kidding?
I met the Blair.
She came out as gay?
She is a big old dyke.
Was she? How was she looking? Was she looking hot? Because she went through a period of looking hot. She was a young girl, then she was hot, and now she's...
She did a lot of softcore sort of pornographic films.
Yeah.
She became a sex icon, which is so weird to me. Because usually, like, the hunk and the babe in movies, like, they're like that from the beginning.
Right.
But they're like, man, when she was spewing that green stuff...
That was hot.
I just want to see those titties and a little Sports Illustrated sort of bikini sort of deal going on. I just said that word really wrong. Yeah, but I met Linda Blair, and
that's kind of cool.
She, people go on like about horror, like it's a heap of shit and whatnot.
Right.
But that movie was like nominated for lots of Academy Awards.
No, it was, and it was great. And I think what it did that there's a couple other movies that do this well. Is it did nothing for the first 2/3 of the movie.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so great, is because you get invested in the characters, nothing's happening, blah, 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 it's kind of interesting, and then it just fucking boom, and it's like, what? And it's so based in reality that it really freaks you the fuck out.
It's so based in reality. Not all, but a lot of the exorcism possession movies I've seen are quite grounded in reality.
Yes.
Because the whole point of it is it's like, it's a kind of monster that can prey on you in... I mean, only till recently, like the last maybe 20 years, could vampires be like set in films like that are set today,
right?
Like your Blades and such.
Yes.
Before then, it was always like Victorian.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you couldn't even identify with it really.
The Mummy, like the Mummy, is still because the movies with Brendan Fraser and such they were set back in the day.
I think they were. Were they? I can't remember.
They were.
Yeah.
Because Rachel Weisz is what, like 200,000 years old right now.
According to you, yeah.
Yeah. I lie.
Did you ever see the Exorcist sequels?
No.
They did a second one, which was fucking horrible. It was like a 70s fucked up concept piece where there's all it's like voodoo and weird.
The beginning, the prequel.
I don't know if it was a prequel or what, but it was fucked. And then they did a third one with George C. Scott, which was fucking phenomenal. Yeah, it was great. I recommend the third one. And speaking of George C. Scott, have you ever seen The Changeling?
No.
That's a great spooky movie. It's no special effects. It's all just creaking doors and bouncing balls and rocking chairs.
Bouncing balls and That's the best stuff.
Yeah.
I love Eerie. Eerie's sort of like my jam. Yeah. I don't like the gore.
Yeah, I'm not a big gore fan.
If it's well done, I go, wow, that's great special effects. Yeah. Because my sister's a special effects artist. So I go, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
But I want to be spooked. But Linda was saying basically that number 3 is awesome and number 2 sucks.
Oh, she said that as well. Yeah.
Number 2, it was written. I think only the second book was written because it's based on a book.
Okay.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
There might have been a third book. Linda was saying the director, can't remember his name right now, but he's
something Greek.
Real funny.
Oh, really?
And she was pointing out before the film started the comical elements of the show, the movie.
The second one or the first one?
Like The Exorcist, the film.
Oh, okay, the first one.
Like, for instance, the part where she pees herself
is
supposed to be funny. Because it's so out of the blue, and you have her family, very aristocratic. They're sitting around the piano, and then she just pisses herself.
Astronauts and shit there.
And it smash cuts to the maid, like, scrubbing it. And that's supposed to be funny. And I was like, oh, wow.
Interesting.
The movie, it has a lot of tones. So, yeah, well done, Linda. And put your hands together for The Exorcist.
No, it really is.
No, at home, put your hands together.
It really is a proper, like, it's the Exorcist movie. It's the exorcism movie. It
is like, the first, like, I guess, mainstream or well-regarded possession movie. And I've seen them all, and that one takes
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of them. And there's some of them that are pretty close, and some of them are fucking shockingly horrible. But that one's just...
Have you seen The Last Exorcism of Emily Rose?
I did. I liked it.
I liked that.
Yes.
Have you seen The Last Exorcism?
I think I did.
It starts off kind of cool, gets a bit...
Is that the one with Anthony Hopkins? Or is that...
is that The Possession, perhaps?
Oh, maybe. There's so fucking many of them.
There's a lot
That one isn't bad, but it's not that good either.
No, that's not The Possession. That is something else. I know the poster that he's like a red cross on his face.
Yeah.
But there's a movie called The Possession that came out a couple of years ago about the Dybbuk. Like almost in like a Pandora's box, and this family buys it at a garage sale, and it has a Dybbuk in it, which is a really malicious Jewish demon. Dybbuk. Yeah,
that's what I would call
it. I've always called it Dybbuk.
Well, whatever.
Like
Did you ever see? Because the only reason I know about those things is because of let me get it. Waiting for Guffman. Where there's Eugene Levy plays a Jewish dentist, and he does this play called Dybbuk Schmibbuk, I Said More Ham.
Okay.
Which is hilarious because it's like, oh, you're possessed. You don't want ham. No, I'm not. Give me more ham.
Give me more ham.
Anyway.
Yeah. If you'd like to read more about ham, go to www.google.com.au and type in ham. That's HAN. All right, listen, Al. Do you have a least favorite, or at least a subgenre of horror movie that you just think is such a heap of shit?
Yeah, I mean, one in particular, before I had kids, I used to go to all the movies. Just whatever. My buddy and I in LA would go to fucking all the movies. And we went one day, he dragged me out to The Hills Have Eyes 2.
Yeah.
And it was like a porno without the sex. I couldn't believe how bad it was. Even the scary bits or whatever, I was fucking...
This was a while ago? The original sequel.
Yeah, The Hills Have Eyes 2. I think it was 2. It was I was mad.
Yeah.
It was so... I was like, I can't believe they made this heap of shit. I felt like they just had a bunch of extra footage that they cut together.
From the first film.
And they pieced in this... They tried to make you care... Like, these feeble attempts of, like, care for these people who are... there was, like, these military people, and they would go like, "Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
picture of my son. I can't wait to get back to him." And that was their attempt at making me care for this woman, and it was just it still makes me angry.
Do you care more about the mutants in that case?
Probably, yeah.
I think the mutants, they're just really misunderstood.
Yeah, they're just mutants. I mean, they don't know
Mutants,
anything.
They don't know anything.
They're in the hills.
They'd be the shittiest X-Men.
Oh, so bad. So fucking bad. There's a shit ton of horrible fucking...
If your secondary superpower is to rape, that's not good.
That's not good.
Don't rape. # goals. That's something I'm working on at the moment. The remakes of Hills of Eyes, I think, really stand up. Maybe not number 2, but the
remake
first one,
since when?
This was remade, the first one, maybe like almost 10 years ago now. It was directed by Alexandre. This guy, Alejandro.
I must have went to the remake of the sequel then. Because this was about 7 years ago, 8 years ago.
Oh, yeah. You saw the sequel.
Yeah.
So the original Hills of Eyes, I think, is like 72.
Oh, okay.
It's a Wes Craven film.
It was pretty good then.
That one's great.
Yeah.
The sequel, but it's still better than the remake sequel. With the whole military thing.
Yeah.
The army base and...
I can't even remember. I just remember being like, this is fucking...
There's heaps of rape in that. That was actually quite apt that I said there's a lot of rape in that film. More like the Hills of Rape.
Hey!
The Rape of Eyes.
The rapes have eyes.
The rape... have rape. The rape.
2.
Yeah, Alexander... I don't know if it's Alexander or Alejandro Aja.
Yeah.
He's a Spanish foreign film director.
Makes sense.
And he did that. He also did Piranha 3D, the remake.
Oh, okay.
But he made a really cool movie called P2.
What the fuck is that?
Which is a foreign horror movie about a girl trapped on floor P2 in a car park.
Oh, okay.
At her sort of corporate building, and she can't leave the car park on, I think it's like Christmas Eve, because there's a maniac who's the parking operator, and he locks her in there.
All right. That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, inevitable rape.
Well, yeah. P2.
Imagine a movie called Rape Whistle.
Let's imagine that now.
But it's just about a whistle that rapes everyone.
So it's the whistle that's doing the raping.
Yeah, and the slogan is "Wet your whistle."
And while it's raping, is it going like? Is it whistling while it's raping?
Obviously. Do I have to spell everything out for you?
And does that then alert people to the rape that it itself is committing?
Yeah. And then a antagonist hero whistle has to fight him.
Okay.
And it has a much lower register.
Uh-huh.
And when that rapes, it goes, oh,
but
it just rapes less. So it is
so it's a
slightly better person.
Yeah, lesser of two evils.
Better whistle. Of all the generic sort of horror settings, what do you think's the creepiest?
A haunted house, like an old house, big.
I totally agree.
Yeah, definitely. And not a lot of CGI, but just the haunted house. There's one movie, you might disagree with me, but I thought, did you ever see, what's it called, Oculus? I fucking loved that movie.
That's on my bucket list.
Of what? Movies to see?
Movies to see.
You haven't seen it yet?
That's in my top 10 horror movies that I've put on the back burner.
Oh, okay.
I watched the trailer when that came out, and it terrified me.
Yeah.
And I'd really like to see that.
There was something about that. Sometimes I watch horror movies, I don't know if I remember shit from a past life or if that's even a real thing, but I'll watch something just go, like it hits me in some weird root level, and that did that. It was fucking weird. Because then my wife and my brother-in-law watched it, and they were like, yeah, it wasn't that scary. And I was like, it fucking got to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sinister's really cool.
I don't think I saw Sinister.
With Ethan Hawke. It's set in a house.
Yeah.
Because there's the creepy, decrepit, old, falling apart house.
Yeah.
The standard. And then there's your typical modern house that you see today that has some sort of creepy shit in it from a past family.
Yeah.
And I'd always just go the classic, decrepit, falling apart.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as it starts, they go to open the door and the whole house collapses.
Yeah. Just right at the beginning of the movie.
What's his name? That slapstick. Buzz. No, not
Buzz
Buzz
Lightyear?
Nope.
Buzz Aldrin?
Nope.
Buzz Busby?
Remember the guy who did
what era?
Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about Charlie Chaplin.
Right, but that era. So you're talking about...
Remember the old gag where they go to open the door and then the whole
house falls? Yeah.
That guy.
That guy. That's but I do know who you're talking about, and I can't think of his name.
Put the word bug like in your head now.
No, but it is. It's like oh fuck. It's his last name is the Buzz thing.
Oh fuck.
It's Buzz. It's not Buzz though. It's
fuck.
It's fucking Burr. Ba Black Sheep.
Fuck.
I can see his name.
Fuck.
Buzz. I know who you're talking about.
Okay, from now on his name's Jonathan Cuntmouth. Let's move on. How do you feel about laughter in terror? Do you think...
The fuck does that mean?
So, I've just written it down like that, next to like I'm some film critic. This article is called Laughter in Terror. Well, Paul Agata and I were talking about how they're both involuntary actions.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
But... do you like a balance of horror to comedy in it? Like, do you like occasionally for them to let the steam out so you, like, relax for a second so that they can, like, make you feel at ease just to grab you again?
Well, yeah, it depends, I guess, on the film itself. But, if it's well done, I always appreciate that shit. I'm trying to think of an example, but I can't. But I'm still trying to think of that Buzz guy. But what did you call him, John Cuntmouth? That's probably right.
Because, you know, even in real life, when you're in a situation where you're quite freaked out, someone will always, like, break the tension.
Right.
Chuck a bit of levity in there.
Yeah. If it's well done, then, it's I appreciate it, definitely.
I'm talking about in real life now.
Oh, in real life.
You know, when everyone shits himself and someone's like... someone just lets rip the biggest, wettest fart you've ever heard.
Yeah, and that releases the tension.
And then you're like, Mom? And then she's like, wait a second, I don't have a mom. And you're like, Dad, I don't have... And then you realize you live alone and you didn't fart. And that's when fart gets ya.
And so is that a... while I'm speaking, I'm still trying to think of that guy's name. Is that a ghost fart? Can ghosts fart? Can spirits fart?
In Scary Movie they can. Yeah. Anything's possible when you have no standards.
That's true.
Fart, yeah, that'd be creepy. I think farts are terrifying.
Really? You're scared of farts?
Scared of farts.
Okay.
I try not to fart. If I fart, I just shit myself.
That's probably a good idea then to not do that.
No, fart. That's why I'm scared to fart.
When's the last time you shit yourself?
The next question... so like I was thinking about this black comedy because you do quite a dark, let's just say fucked up material on occasion. Yeah. And do you feel like, did you ever as a kid feel like you had a sick mind, or did people say, "Al, you have a sick mind"?
Oh yeah. Once I let go of my filter, when I was a kid, I tried to be like nice and whatever, and then probably when I hit puberty or thereabouts. But I was always attracted to it too. Like I loved sick humor. I loved fucking taboo. Yeah. And then, as soon as I was old enough to own it, definitely. Like
it's the best, right?
It is the best.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. And because of it, though, I can't really be friends with a lot of people. I'm not good at making new friends. For the fact that I don't really have a filter still.
See, I'm trying to just not have a filter.
Yeah.
And find that comfortable way to say anything you want on stage.
Yeah.
But like cancer's always that... Because you know how like it can affect like any race or creed or religion and whatnot.
Right. So that's always a bit...
I don't know. It's a bit tough. Like I wouldn't wish cancer upon my worst parent. So it's sort of like...
Well, you also don't want to go out of your way to fucking freak people out.
You don't want to go out of your way to offend
people. If it's true to you, then just say it. But if you're going out of your way to fucking... to be like, then it's going to come across that way and people are going to go, fuck. But if it's something that's really genuine to you, you just say it and they have to fucking deal with it.
I once said a joke about black people, and there was a black man really close to the front.
No, in Australia?
And he got up and walked out.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah.
So.
But he forgot his phone, so it was really funny because he stormed out and he had to come back and pick it up. So, you know, eggs on his face. We're going to an ad break. And we're back.
Hey!
And Al remembered the name of the guy.
Buster Keaton.
Buster Keaton.
I didn't even look it up.
He didn't actually look it up. I know there was just a little cut then. Don't be sauce. He didn't look it up.
I did.
He has a wonderful mind.
Thank you.
And that's why his last name is Del Minde.
Del Minde.
That's not true. Does that mean anything?
Del Bene?
Because your background is Italian.
Yes. It means something quite literal.
Oh, yeah? What does it mean?
It means of the good.
Oh, Bene.
Yeah.
Oh, of the good.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so inappropriate.
I know, right? Yeah, who would have thunk?
Who would have thunk? My last name is, it's weird because I'm Jewish.
Right.
But my surname is Swastika.
Oh, that is weird.
It's really weird. It's pretty ironic.
I think it was before the Nazis probably got a hold of it, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They took it, they had to, because my family patented it. And they're like, but we love the Jews. We are the Jews.
Right.
And the Nazis were like, hey, I'll give you $5. And you know us Jews, so we snatched that opportunity right up. Nightmares. I still have nightmares.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever don't have them, like people in general.
Right.
And I'm sure they incorporate, like later on it might be like, I got to do my taxes.
Right.
And you'll have a nightmare where your taxes are eating you or something.
Right. No, I can't remember the last nightmare I had, like, as a grown man, but I was fucking plagued by them as a child. Absolutely fucking ruined. Because I was the youngest of 5. I watched a lot of scary movies before I was supposed to.
Okay.
And one of those movies was Salem's Lot. Not a very good movie, but scary as fuck. And I was literally convinced that my older brother was a vampire for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
And I would have these fucking vampire nightmares that were absolutely terrifying. To the point where, and I didn't even know this was a thing at the time, and I'm not even joking, I learned lucid dreaming just so I could wake myself up out of these nightmares. But I didn't know, I taught myself. I would slap myself in the face while I was sleeping to fucking wake myself up because they were frightening and they were every night.
And after you'd come, you'd be like...
Yeah, exactly. And I'd come all over my hand and it was like all over my face and then the family would all be standing over me, coming on me. It was weird.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
The aristocrats!
No, nightmares. Oh, and once I had sleep paralysis once. And I woke up, and this is what I remember, and I'm not claiming anything, but I woke up, I was 18 years old, I couldn't move, and at the foot of my bed was what I saw as a little tiny state police officer with a helmet and big mirrored glasses. And he was just standing there, perfectly still, and I couldn't move. And 18 years old, trying to yell for my mother, and I couldn't go. And it's still, when I think about it, gives me the fucking shivers because it was a little gray alien at the foot of my bed.
Wow. And then after you came, you were like...
And then I woke up and the alien was coming on my face.
How small was this?
He was probably 2.5 feet, 3 feet. He was like just above the bed, like his little face. And I remembered it as a...
But you're like, Mom, this thing is so cute. That sounds amazing. It's like a pocket.
No, he was like a little presence. He was
demonic.
And he's perfectly still.
Cool Ray-Bans on.
Yeah, perfectly still.
Okay.
And it was just, it was fucked. But that's never happened before or since.
I just watched a Doco the other night. We'll call it a Doco. It was
I saw that. It was in and out. Yeah.
The nightmare.
The sleep paralysis thing?
Sleep paralysis.
I liked it.
My girlfriend suffers sleep paralysis. And at first she was like, it's not really like this.
Oh, yeah.
But it got there in the end. Those people are really troubled.
Oh, they are.
It has definitely destroyed their entire life. I feel awful.
And that's the other thing when I watched that doco. I never saw the 3D shadow men that they talk about, but I have another distinct memory of being in my bedroom as a kid, and the door was open, so the light from the hallway was on the wall, and on that wall was the shadow of like the Hulk, and it was just this angry, heaving, breathing shadow, and I was just like awake, like fucking couldn't move. So that was probably another bit of sleep paralysis.
It's the moving thing that's creepy.
Hey? Yeah.
Like, I still, as a 27-year-old in the night, might see like what looks like a figure.
Yeah.
But the thing, I rest at ease because it doesn't move.
Right.
And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, if it moves.
It's just my 1920s grandfather clock, with my big hat on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Something
Even though you don't have either of those things.
I have a big hat.
Okay. I'm sure you do.
I'm
sure you have many big hats.
On the playground, they used to call me Big Hat Jones. And Jones falls nowhere in my name.
Right. So that was weird.
It was so offensive.
Yeah.
I just,
I'm sorry for your troubles.
That's all right. Please never touch me again.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to wrap this up.
Yay!
This is something that I was like, yeah, it's almost over. This is, I'm getting really good at the awkward silences. I think that's going to become the benchmark of all my comedy. It's that. It's that, isn't it? It's the...
Because
you know something else is going to happen. So this is a segment I've made called WWDW, Dub, which is What Would Darwin Do?
Right.
So we're going to take all the classic horror sort of stock characters.
Right.
And you're going to pick the order in which they die.
Okay.
And how they die.
Okay.
Okay.
This is weird. Go. You have to tell me the characters.
Yeah. So we got the jock.
Uh-huh.
The cheerleader.
Yeah.
The nice guy or girl.
Right.
The goth guy or girl.
Right.
And then the token black, Asian, or other ethnicity guy.
Right, the token.
And then if you want, there's the six, which is like either, like from Scream, the reporter or the policeman, a sort of authoritarian figure.
Right.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to say...
Who dies first?
The jock. The jock's got to go.
Everyone hates the jock.
Yeah. Well, especially in those movies, because they're always like, they try to take charge and they try to be alpha, and then the jock got to go. He dies, he goes into the bathroom to take a shit, and
this is good stuff.
And the entity or the evil person, whatever, just a big fucking, like a drill bit like that thing just comes right up through the toilet and just fucking rims him, and it comes through the top of his head. From his asshole to his head. That's how the jock dies.
Because his head's up his ass?
I don't know.
That's, I guess his head might drip down into his ass cavity.
Yeah.
I just imagine, like, before he dies, his life flashes before his eyes, and it's just, there's no father in any of the memories.
Probably not, yeah. And then, I think I would like to see probably the cheerleader, She goes.
Picking off the cool peeps first.
Yeah, the cool peeps go first. The cheerleader goes.
What do you reckon happens to, let's call her Jenny Cheerleader.
Jenny Cheerleader. Jenny Cheerleader, fuck, I don't know. I can't think of anything that's not misogynistic. Jenny Cheerleader gets...
So she goes to the toilet and this dildo comes up through her ass and out through the top of her head.
Yeah. Jenny Cheerleader. See, it's all gory though. That's the thing. We don't like gore.
Oh yeah, we do.
Oh, okay.
This is a slasher film. We want to see people get decapitated by that's what I want to see.
All right, so Jenny Cheerleader gets decapitated by.
That's amazing.
All right.
Okay. Now, what do you reckon? Left? Are we gonna go like the nice guy? The nice nerd character, the nice nerdy girl guy, or the goth?
Well, here's what I would like. I would like the goth to stay to the end. The goth thinks she's going to survive. To me, it's a girl.
It has to be a girl.
She thinks she's going to survive. She almost starts to feel a kinship with the killer because she's goth and she thinks whatever. And maybe she has a confrontation with the killer and thinks she's like, hey, look, we're very similar.
Because she feels it is, because she's like being encompassed by the darkness.
Yeah,
She thinks that she feels safe there.
Yeah, and so then how about this? How about the nerd guy is the killer, but nobody knows that. So she finds that out and she's like, oh, you're so cool now. And they start making love and she goes down on him and she's sucking his dick. And when he actually comes bullets and they just rip through her face. He comes bullets on her face.
So you read the script I sent you.
And just fucking...
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, the nerd is the killer.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
I was like, she has a dick? That is so hot.
Yeah, no, the nerd is the killer. And then the authority figure comes to save the nerd. And the nerd plays like, I don't know what happened.
And they're like, your dick is smoking.
You have a smoking dick. Yeah, some things...
Smoking.
We're gonna have to take your dick as evidence.
What should we call this film?
Don't blow into the woods.
That is the worst thing I've ever heard. How long have you been in Australia now?
Almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in February.
You still need friends, because they say it takes 3 years to really crack into the industry of friendship in Australia.
Is that what they say?
3 years. And then at 4 years, you're like, get me out of here!
Well, at 4 years, I can become a citizen, so we'll see what I do then, yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, Al.
Thank you.
The Good.
Yeah, of the good.
Of the Good. Al of the Good.
Thanks for having me, cunts.